Gender, sexuality, pop culture, it all looked good to me. 2 days a week, even better. Professor, never heard of them, but they can't be that bad. Add class to shopping cart, enroll. Return from Christmas break. It's day one in Deep Tea Misery's gender, sexuality, and pop culture class. I'm surrounded by girls I don't know and a few guys who are fixated on their cell phones. Don't worry, cell phones were only out the first day. They learned pretty quickly that Professor Misery had eyes like a hawk. For the first couple of classes, I sat there, silent, wide-eyed, front and center, and in complete awe of one of the most brilliant women I'd ever encountered. In a second, my academic world changed. I sat in class, watching Professor Misery unravel the culturally appropriative nature of Miley Cyrus twerking, when all of a sudden I realized I actually cared about this. See, up to that point, school had never really been my thing. Yes, I'd been all right at it. I could write a paper, I could befriend a teacher, I could speak up when no one else would, but I never really loved it. I cruised through school doing the bare minimum because I just didn't really care. I thought I'd find a passion in psychology or IFI, and I quickly learned that I was wrong. For the first time ever, I realized I actually could like going to class. I could like sharing my thoughts, and I could love something both personally and academically. I decided a change of plans was in order, so I changed my major. As I ventured through the semester, my curiosity and enthusiasm never wavered. I was evaluated on my efforts, my willingness to learn, and my participation. But at the end of the day, this is college, and tests, papers, and homework actually do matter. I quickly realized that cruising by and doing the bare minimum just wasn't going to cut it. Where I lacked in academic discipline, I made up for in personality. She knew my name, she seemed to value my opinions, and I thought an A was in the bag. I felt confident. I felt empowered as a woman, empowered as a feminist, fulfilled as a student, all until I got a B in the class. I know, it's not that bad, but I had worked so hard and I'd only gotten the "you're just plain wrong" face twice. I didn't know what happened. I declared my major because of this class. What I thought was about to be my move towards success suddenly confused me more than ever. After a long summer of reflection, I finally got over the B. I came back that next semester determined to show the Women and Gender Studies department who was Lady Boss. Within the next 2 years, my love for school was more evident than ever. Women's studies became my sanctuary. When things in my life felt like they were falling apart, Judith Butler, Vivian Namaste, Susan Stryker, and Audre Lorde were my salvation. I fell in love with every day, every class, every teacher, and every person. These were the people who loved me, who knew me, who cared about me, and who truly appreciated the academically passionate side of me that was never seen before. The Women's Studies faculty and students became my family, and we were learning together. More than that, we were growing together in a continuous direction, but it was a direction with no clear endpoint. It's funny, we work and work our whole lives trying to achieve an outcome, like when all I wanted was an A in gender, sexuality, and pop culture. In the last weeks of my time as a Women and Gender Studies major, it finally became clear. All of the pressure I've ever put on myself revolved around this idea of achieving an outcome, a result, a manifestation of my work, a solid, unfixable representation of my efforts. But it's just not that important. I've come to see that all the energy, anxiety, sadness, and time spent focusing on the outcome of every single thing I did distracted me from reflecting on the importance of my time spent just being. Caring so much about the outcome ended up distracting me from the value of the process. I was so fixated by the material outcome of my work in that first gender class that it blinded me to seeing the importance of what I gained on my voyage to that B. That voyage, that process, it changed my world. I know the outcome of college. I'm up here graduating right now. But through the process of college, through the time spent growing, failing, achieving, laughing, crying, and learning, I found my passion, my joy, my interest, my intelligence, my knowledge, my feminism, and myself. Oh yeah, and I found out that Professor Misery is one tough grader. Congratulations to all my fellow graduates. You women mean more to me than you know. I'm confident that wherever we go in life, our hearts will always be together in the Hazel Gates Woodruff Cottage. But I get the comfy chair. Thank you.